Dr. Vishwas, help me understand this a little bit. Every year we see flooding in Uttarakhand and Himachal. This time around, even just when we thought that monsoon has passed, the worst is perhaps over. What we saw in Punjab, then in Uttarakhand, Himachal, even Jammu for that matter, we just thought that it's about getting over, then a fresh sort of burst of cloud burst, you can call it, or rainfall has caused the entire situation to get complicated again. Do we have an understanding on why 2025 has been this year of massive rainfall?
Yeah, thank you, Sonal, for having me on the show. So I think this year IMD had anyways forecasted that it's going to be an above normal monsoon of say 106% long period average, which means that it was anyways going to get very heavy rainfall this year. But what is very important is to understand that there is this erraticness of rainfall that identifies within season variation. So month by month, how the variation has come in, and we can very clearly see that initially we were seeing floods in say Mumbai, parts of western coast, etc. Then eventually Punjab, and then also now Uttarakhand, etc. But also the forecast is that there is still a lot of rain to come in the later half of September, and that's likely to occur in the eastern parts of India. I think we will need to prepare for that. But we studied the patterns of changes in Indian monsoon, and that report was published last year, where we
Yeah.
looked at that nearly 55% tehsils, sub-districts in India, witnessed an increase in rainfall in last 10 years compared to the 30 years before that. And even when we look at this increasing pattern, what is more important is to look at is nearly 64% sub-districts experienced an increase in frequency of heavy rainfall events. These are across various states. But also, what is more important is it's nearly two-thirds of India's landscape, India's
Yeah.
sub-districts that are experiencing increasing pattern in heavy rainfall days. So, which is a stark, like a kind of discovery. We had seen heavy rainfall events increasing massively in Rajasthan, Gujarat, and many parts of northwestern India. This is the new science that is coming out of it. I think we will have to look at how do we address it.
Talking about the same report, I found another statistic which is quite fascinating. It says that 64% of Indian tehsils experienced an increase in the frequency of heavy rainfall days in the past decade during the southwest monsoon. But this pattern is prominent in tehsils or states with the highest GDPs. It goes on to say that Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and Karnataka being one of them. So, is this for the
Yes.
first time we are drawing a very direct correlation between higher GDP translating into higher development, translating into higher infrastructure, technical development over there, and that having higher rainfall? Is that parallel to be drawn?
To some extent, yes. I mean, of course, these are some of the states where economic growth is happening since many years, and that's where the exposure, meaning that the number of people that live in these kind of states is also higher compared to other states. And the economic activities leading to industrialization, leading to development activities, all of it comes together. But also, if we look at the fact that some of these states are located on the coasts, and especially the changing pattern that what we are seeing is western coast of India is getting wetter day by day as it comes in the last 10 years, and future projections also suggest that the western coast of India, Rajasthan, Gujarat, parts of Maharashtra, Karnataka are going to receive much more rainfall in future under various climate change scenarios as well. So that's where it is linked with of course industrial development, etc., but also being located on the coast, and on the
Yeah.
western coast especially, where the rainfall is coming to be very high.
Right. Dr. Vishwas, a lot of criticism goes in the way of IMD to not give us very accurate results of late. We knew, you're right, that this will be an earlier monsoon. We knew that there will be a higher monsoon, but perhaps did nobody get a whiff of the fact that this is going to be such an intense monsoon, one that will sort of wipe away GDPs, wipe away development, wipe away homes and livelihoods of people for a long time to come?
I think see it's I mean it's not definitely not to blame IMD, but the science of climate prediction is very complicated, and especially when it comes to hilly states like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. I think the predictions overall, it's not only about India. Overall, we see that the predictions, projections of climate data are fairly complex compared to the regions which are plains, like say Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat, etc., where there are not many hills. So in these places, the challenge is that the climate models are not able to really predict very well the near term and long term forecast, and that's one of the challenges. But also, if we look at the observation network, like how many places in which hilly states have the actual rainfall observation status stations, which actually feed into the climate models, is also very scarce. So I think all in all, what we have to look at is India has this monsoon mission under which there are various, say, Doppler weather radars, high precision radars, etc., are being implemented. So, if we really want to enhance our climate projections and a near-term forecast in the hilly states of India, I think we will have to look at how do we intensify the network of radars, weather
Got it.
observation radars,
I
etc.
have last 30 seconds, and I quickly want to get this, Dr. Vishwas, out of the way. A lot of people we speak to, even what Ankit was pointing out, a reporter on the ground, say that conventionally these are, your grandmothers at this point are saying this was the original route that seems to have been reclaimed by the rivers. Could you make sense of that for me? What does that mean?
I think, see, in Indo-Gangetic plains and also in the Himalayan foothills, there are many such places where rivers tend to take different routes, and then they tend to come back also based on the landscape, etc. I think what is more important here is to look at mapping of existing risks. That is a key issue here. I think if we know that, okay, this is a route where the river used to be there, and we are building a lot of infrastructure settlements there, I think
Of
the
course.
risk is very high. So this mapping of risks is very important, and especially to ensure that the critical infrastructure sectors, like say power, healthcare, and transportation, at least does not get impacted during the time of disasters. So at least these kind of methodologies have to be brought in, and local scale mapping of risks, gram panchayat level mapping of risk, etc. We will have to ensure that it happens.